Good evening, everyone, and welcome back for our second attempt at Season 7, Round 4 of the Solo Crisis League. If you're not sure what that means or what all that's about, stay tuned, I'll talk about it more. But basically, it's a semi-competitive way of playing the DC Comics deck building game and its various Crisis expansions. We have 3 characters to choose from: Beast Boy, Skitter, and Green Lantern. I am just going to discount Beast Boy, it's not really what I'm interested in. Look at Skitter and Green Lantern. I'm going with Green Lantern because both characters give you +3 power almost any turn, but the one for Green Lantern is much easier to achieve. So for Skitter, once during each of your turns, if you control 4 different cards of cost 1, 2, or 3, you get +3 power. So if you have a bunch of cheap cards that you control with Skitter, that's easy to get that +3 power. But Green Lantern is, if you play 3 or more cards of cost... Oh, you know what? I actually just considered something. Well, I'll go over Green Lantern again, but if you play 3 or more cards of different names and cost 1 or more during your turn, +3 power. I forgot to mention that Skitter does mention that you control 4 different cards. So what that means is that those ongoing cards that the Teen Titans set is really just made of, really do count for. I'm still going to go Green Lantern, but I really should have considered that beforehand. I still think Green Lantern's a stronger character and will happen more often, and will allow us to use our ongoing cards a little bit differently. So that's where I'm going. But yeah, I can see now why Skitter is 4 instead of 3, considering it's control instead of play. So I'll have to keep that in mind next time they're up against each other. So Arkham Breakout is going to start on top of the deck. When a villain with an attack enters the lineup, treat it as if it were a first appearance attack against all players. So everyone gets attacked. I'm everyone. That's me. Hi. So to beat in solo mode is at the start of your turn, discard your hand, remove this crisis if all of those cards have a different name. That can take a while. We need to obtain 5 cards to do that. Because, well, I guess you have vulnerability and punch, so I guess you could theoretically do it in 3 turns with a shuffle is in your advantage, but it's still going to take 3 to 10 turns probably to beat Arkham Breakout. And during that time, we'll be attacked by each villain that comes out. Then there's Ra's al Ghul. At the end of your turn, if you did not buy or gain a card from the lineup, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. So if we buy a kick instead of something in the lineup, if we buy nothing at all, nothing from the lineup, we're going to add another card to the lineup. So it's 1 per turn plus another one because of that. So let's get our first lineup going. And we'll see how we handle this. Strife is an attack we'll take care of in a second. Flight's a defense, we could use that. Ooh, Avatar of the Rot's another attack. Bunker we can use. And Bumblebee we can use. So, that's a mixed bag there. So we'll start with the Strife attack. Each foe reveals his hand and discards each card that shares the same name as a card in the lineup. Well, that's definitely not going to happen. And Avatar of the Rot, each foe gains 2 weaknesses. So right off the bat, we've got now, 5 punches and 3 vulnerabilities. And on top of that, it's 7 punches, 3 vulnerabilities. And now we have 2 more weaknesses. So that's really 12 cards, 5 of them doing nothing. So that's not great. We need a destruction card quick. But 1, 2, 3, 4 power. We're going to use that to actually buy 2 cards. We're going to get Bumblebee and Flight. Flight for the defense, Bumblebee for the extra power and the ongoing card. And hopefully we can get Green Power's power going that way. New card comes out. Shapeshift. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3 power. We'll use that to actually buy a kick. I know that's going to add 2 cards to the lineup, unfortunately. Hopefully, neither of them are a villain. But I wanted to get that because then we can get rid of Arkham Breakout faster. Still have to get rid of the villains first, and really what I want is Bunker out of that lineup. But we'll get there. So Bunker's good because it's going to get us a lot of card draw. I do like that. Anything that gets you more than that 5-card base deck is good. So 1 card comes out with 2nd card. Another early Connor Kent. We had that last game too. The thing that helped me most early in last game was the John Constantine card. That was fantastic to see that out there. So we have to try and get that soon too. It is in the top half of the deck because it's the Crisis 1 card, John Constantine. But, you know, who knows when it's going to come out. Alright, so with cost 1 or more, no, only 2. 1, 2. We'll put this out here. We'll go ahead and buy Shapeshift, and we'll keep Bumblebee out there if we need it. New card coming out. Bowstaff is going to be very useful right now. It's going to be a while before we get rid of Avatar of the Rod, I think. Alright, 1, 2 power. We're going to discard Bumblebee to get 3 and buy Bowstaff. That's exactly what I needed Bumblebee for. Another Bowstaff, okay. Not going to complain about that. That's definitely something that's going to help us beat this. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 power. We're going to get rid of Strife and get another copy of Bowstaff. Those two things right there are both going to help us get rid of Arkham Breakout quickly. So, Avatar of the Rot's the next goal to get rid of. If I'm talking about gaining a card, probably Bunker, maybe Animal Man. Animal Man, at least I can say starter, and most of the time I'll be right. But what I want is a destruction card. So what do we got? Now, no such luck yet. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our Bunker Dreams. Sold. Next. Match does have an attack. Alright, that attack reads, gain control of each ongoing card that foe controls. At the end of your turn, return each one still in play to that foe. Well, we have no ongoing cards, nothing happens anyway. 1, 4, and 5. We'll go ahead, use that to get Animal Man. It's going to be hard to get to that 7. Magic I could really use, though. That's going to help us get rid of those starters. Alright, Bumblebee is out. 1, 2, 3. We get ourselves... Oh, we'll get Jericho. Only because I don't want to add another card to the lineup. We already have 2 7-cost villains out there. I don't want to tempt fate with more joining it. Magic is the end game here, though. That's what we're looking for. And you know what? I might have triggered Green Lantern's ability without thinking about it. I'll have to look into that this turn. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Put 1 card of each type into your hand and discard the rest. They are all different types, so that is ideal. Anything special in here? No. 2, we're going to say starter. It is, so we get to draw it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll use that 7 to say goodbye to Avatar of the Rot. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That definitely triggers Green Lantern to get to 8. We're going to use 8 to get Magic and get rid of Hive Agent. I know I should have gone for Match probably, but I think Magic's going to be just as important. And we still have Bumblebee at our disposal. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Definitely buy... Well, you know what? 1, 2, 3... No, that's all we get. We'll buy this. Gotta remember that Green Lantern ability. We got to trigger it really early, honestly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Definitely go for that Cybernetic Enhancement whenever possible. And another card comes out. Could really use some destruction. I think Tactile Kinesis does offer destruction. It does. That's going to be necessary. But if I can afford Tactile Kinesis, if I can afford Match, I'll get Match. But if I got just 6, I might consider leaving it. I might consider going for Tactile Kinesis instead. I could play Bumblebee in that scenario where I play 6, but see what we get there. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5 power. We're going to actually play Bumblebee to get to 6 and get Tactile Kinesis, because I think that destruction is going to be really necessary. Okay, Molecular Vibration can come on out. We're going to use Bunker, reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, 1 of each type into our hand. We'll play Animal Man, and we're going to say starter, which it is. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, And then I'm going to play magic on this punch so it gets to 7 so we can beat match. Wait, no, go back. We're at 6, 7, 8, 9 because of Green Lantern, and then we use magic on the vulnerability here. There we go. I have 2 left over. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm in a pretty good place there that maybe we could... Yep, there's no more villain. I need what? 3 cards, I believe, of different names, or all 5 cards of different names? Yeah, they all have to have a different name, but I have 3 punches in this hand, so that's not happening. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coriander is the answer. New card coming out. Energy absorption, even better. We're going to be in a really good place once we get energy absorption. That was our card of the day in the Discord the other day. So, if you're not a member of the Solo Crisis League and you want to just talk about it, if you don't want to just play in it, check out the Discord. We have a card of the day every day, and energy absorption was our card yesterday, right? Maybe 2 days ago. It was Sunday this week. Bow Staff here for 2 power. 3. We're going to use magic on that punch to get to 4 so I can buy energy absorption. I know I could have destroyed those starters, but the idea was to get another destruction card to get rid of those cards even faster. So I need cards of different names. 5 cards of different names. Yes. Discard these. That beats Arkham Breakout. So that's our first one down. So that's the good news. That does mean 2 cards come out, though, because we didn't buy a card in the lineup. Feeling pretty good, though. Let's get Tactile Kinesis out here. The first time you play a superpower during each of your turns, which includes this one, reveal the top card of your deck. You may destroy it. We will destroy that punch. I often forget about this card, so I need to remember. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 power. We're going to get another copy of energy absorption, and that alone, those 2 energy absorptions are going to clear this deck out. Another John Constantine? Man, we're set. We're set. This deck's going to be smooth. All right, so Bunker can look at the top 3 cards of this deck here. We'll put Bumblebee in our hand. We'll discard Coriander here. Then we'll go with Bow Staff here for 3 power. Animal Man to get to 4, 5, and we're going to say it's a starter. We're going to say it's a starter here. Let's see what happens, though. We are at 5. That's 3 cards, triggering Green Lantern to get us to 8 power. Starter? Nope. Well, no, it is not. So we are at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bumblebee can join the party here. 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. We know what it is. It's 13, but that triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this card. No, we'll leave it there for now. So 13 we'll use to get rid of Killer Frost, leaving us with 9. Obviously, we use that to get rid of Ra's al Ghul. And we are on to the next card. Now, I don't think we saw Flight in here. No Flight in that hand, so there's a chance that Flight will be in these next 5 cards and we can defend ourselves. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Maybe next time. We'll see. Decided to theme up for tonight. So, here, let's do this. Can I do that? Oh, no, never mind. Let's go ahead and get our new crisis. Identity Crisis. Each player flips his superhero face down. Players cannot avoid the supervillain's first appearance attack. To beat, each player must discard 6 power worth of cards from hand. Then flip your superhero face up. And Black Manta. Each player puts all equipment from his hand into the lineup. We have none, so that's not going to happen. New card comes out. We need to discard 6 cards from hand, plus 6 power from hand. We don't have it. We're going to play a punch. We're going to use magic on that punch. That's 2 power. Triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this and destroy it. 4, 5 power. With that 5, we're going to get another copy of Flight and a Magic Bracers. I don't love those cards. It's just a simple situation where we need to get defense cards. We got lots of destruction now. John Constantine's definitely on my list of things to get. But let's see. Energy Absorption, draw a card, and then I may destroy a card in my hand. We'll destroy this weakness. That was a superpower, so that triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. We'll leave it there. And then we draw a card, and we'll destroy this vulnerability. And then it's just 1, 2, 3, getting rid of the Zookeeper. So this deck is going to get pretty slim pretty quick. We've got 2 energy absorptions. What other destruction? This Tactile Kinesis is triggering pretty often. And we're doing all right in those regards. So those starters are going away. We've got some strong cards coming. I don't know if I actually need John Constantine or I want to save him for later. We'll see how the next couple hands go. New card comes out. Gain a superpower from the lineup. Put it into your hand. If you cannot, draw a card. Bow Staff is going to get 3 power right now. 4, 5. 6, 7. We're going to say superpower, which it is. 8, Tactile Kinesis. We'll leave that there. 9. 9 gets rid of Gizmo, leaves us with 7. Let's go ahead and get a copy of Connor Kent. New card comes out. Bumblebee. What's good about Connor Kent? We can get magic out. Molecular Vibration hits the board, and we'll use Tactile Kinesis. Look at this and destroy it. Look at the next 3 cards of our deck. We'll discard Magic, keep the other 2. We'll play Energy Absorption to draw a card and destroy one in our hand. And then we're looking at 2, 3, 4, 5 power. We're going to get Bumblebee and a kick. We're looking pretty good here. Now, the one thing we are missing out on is we aren't being able to use our hero ability because we can't get rid of Identity Crisis. We've got a lot of cards that do things, but not cards that generate power. So a lot of destruction cards, a lot of draw cards, stuff like that. But we haven't gotten what we need to get rid of Identity Crisis, which is discard +6 power. We'll do Energy Absorption to draw a card and then destroy one in our hand. We'll get Bumblebee down on the board. And it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll buy the Rot. And a new card will come on out. Come on, where is my 6 power? It's not in this hand either. Put up to 2 superpowers from my discard pile into my hand. At least there's that. We will play this to draw a card and then destroy one in my hand. We'll destroy the punch. And then do it again. Draw a card and I may destroy one in my hand. I do not have to. I will not. Nothing here I really want to destroy. So this will get 1, 2, 3, 4 power. 5, 6, 7, 8. Definitely get Dick Grayson and a copy of Quiver of Arrows. You know, we're going to leave Quiver of Arrows till we're done with Identity Crisis. That magic is going to go unused this turn. Mad Mod. Okay. So we're going to do that to reveal 3 cards. 1 of each type into our hand. Alright. I gotta get rid of Mad Mod, so that's 3 power. That he's gone. And then it's 2, 4, 5, 6 power discarded. Ending Identity Crisis. So that's that crisis down. So that's the good news. We're going to go ahead and use Molecular Vibration. No, we're not. We're going to leave it there. think we're good. We're good. You don't get to generate any power that turn. What do we have left? We have a vulnerability here. That is it as far as a lot of things are concerned, as far as trying to shuffle up the cards that are near each other there. That is it as far as starters. One vulnerability left. None of those weaknesses we got earlier either. He costs extra for each equipment in the lineup. Oh, you should be shuffled in. Plasmus is a great card. One, two, three, four, five. Let's get rid of black mana, though, if we can. Perfect. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 power. 5, 6, 7 because of Plasmus. 8, 9 triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. We'll leave it there. 10, 11, 12. But that triggers Green Lantern to get to 15. So goodbye to Plasmus. Right? You know what? Maybe not. Hold on. 15 minus 3 brings us down to 12. Minus Green Arrow brings us down to 11. And that is enough to get rid of Black Manta as well. So yeah, that's a pretty good turn. I'll take it. And we saw the next card in our deck, which we know is a defense card. So we are all set for whatever is about to happen. New Crisis. Electromagnetic Pulse. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. We're going to do 4, 3 for the Crisis, and 1 for the turn. Equipment cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. That's unfortunate because our defense card is an equipment. Each player must destroy an equipment in hand. Well, at least we can do that pretty quickly. Our new villain is Atrocitus. Each player puts his hand under the superhero. If you avoid this attack, put a random card from your hand under your superhero. When the villain is defeated, discard these cards. Alright, so I have no hand. So that's that turn over. Another card comes out. Alright, I got a couple energy absorptions here. We'll draw a card, and then I may destroy one in my hand. I think we're good there. We'll go ahead again, draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. And then Shapeshift here. This card has all card names and is also a hero, villain, and equipment. I can destroy an equipment in my hand to end this crisis, so Electromagnetic Pulse is over. So that's 1 down. I can gain a superpower from the line and put it into your hand. If I cannot, I will draw a card. The Rot is out here now. A lot going on, I know. So that's 2, 3. I can use magic, but I'm going to choose not to. Does trigger Green Lantern, though, to get to 6. Let's use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. Ooh, it's this one. That's not good. We'll just stop there. With our 6 power, we'll get Cybernetic Enhancement for sure. And we'll get a kick. New card coming on. Another Cybernetic Enhancement. Okay. Gotta get rid of Atrocitus. Now, at least we have Green Lantern out there getting us the power we need. Each of those players look at the top card of their deck and may discard it. I will leave it there. Animal Man's going to say, hey, that is a superpower. There it is. Energy Absorption, draw a card, and then I may destroy one in my hand. I will not. But that does trigger Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. I can destroy it. I will not. Draw a card. Alright, so we are at 2 power. 4, 6, 8. That does trigger Green Lantern to get to 11. We'll discard these 2 to get to 12, 13, and use magic on a kick to get to 15. 15 allows us to get Cybernetic Enhancement and get rid of Atrocitus, which means we can discard these cards down here as well. So I didn't have to get Cybernetic Enhancement. I'm obviously doing just fine, but I was able to, and I decided to go for it. Do I have a defense card? No defense card again. This keeps happening. our new crisis. Wave of Terror. I think that one has, it does. Okay. At the start of your turn, discard all cards that share the lowest cost in your hand. To beat. This is a different one for solo. To beat. At the start of your turn, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Remove this crisis if each of those cards has cost 1 or greater. Considering we still have 1 vulnerability in our deck, gotta figure out how we can get that through. Oh, it's in my hand, so we should be okay. See what our new villain is. Dark Side. He costs 3 more for each superpower in the lineup. Each player puts all superpowers from his hand into the lineup. There are none. Alright, new card comes out. We're going to go for Wave of Terror, which is at the start of your turn. First, we have to discard all cards that share the lowest cost in our hand. So that's vulnerability here. Then we add 3 cards to the lineup. They all have to cost 1 or more, and they do. So that is the end of Wave of Terror already. We can gain a superpower in the lineup and put it into our hand. We're going to take Molecular Vibration into our hand. Put that down, triggering Tactile Kinesis. Leave that there. Then we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 3 cards. So that is 9, 10, 11, which isn't enough because Flight's still out there. So we'll get rid of Flight, bring us down to 9, so we are short. But we can use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. 10 power, that is enough to beat Dark Side. Boom. Alright, I wanted to leave Flight there. I was kind of debating that. So I could have left Flight there so I had it for a defense. But defend against what? If I can't beat the villain, there's nothing to defend against. So I decided to go ahead and beat the villain. Hopefully, one of those Flights or the what is it? I think it's bracers or something, the Wonder Woman bracers. One of those things, hopefully, will find their way back to the top of our deck this turn. I actually feel like I have to start buying some junk cards in order to deal with crisis cards because we've got a pretty well-moving deck. No defense cards. New crisis is Alternate Reality. At the start of your turn, destroy all heroes in your hand. Gain that many random villains from the destroyed pile and put them into your hand. Your team must destroy 12 cost worth of heroes in discard piles. That's actually pretty tough. But I guess this... we can get pretty close. Sinestro costs 3 more to defeat for each hero in the lineup. Each player puts all heroes from his hand into the lineup. We are not going to defend. We will add these heroes because that will get us there much quicker. So the great thing about that is Alternate Reality was going to destroy those cards, but then Sinestro stepped in and added them to the lineup instead. So now they're available to us, which is way better. Energy Absorption draws a card. And then we can destroy one, but we won't. That triggers this, so each player reveal the top card of your deck. You may destroy it. I will not. It's a hero. We will use Animal Man and say it's a hero, which it is. Play it. Reveal top 3 cards. One of each type into my hand. They are all different types. This is all going great. So we're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That triggers Green Lantern to get to 9, 10, 11. We're going to use Magic here on a kick to get to 12, 13. With 13, we can get 6 and 5 and 2. Buy those. And before we even end the turn, we can destroy 12 costs worth of heroes in our discard pile. We've got 6, 11, 12, 13. That is the end of Alternate Reality. Incredibly. So, sorry, I hit the wrong button there. And there we go. Boom. All right. So, that was pretty easy. Don't even have to use the Connor Kent card. So now it's just Sinestro. We have to get rid of some heroes, though. We're going to afford them cheaply. Energy Absorption to draw a card. I can destroy one in my hand, but we will not. That does trigger Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. We will not destroy that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do I want to do this? I'm trying to decide. I can leave those heroes. I think I have to get rid of at least one Constantine and gain a bow staff. I think that's how I have to deal with it. I don't really need the Constantine card right now, though, so I just have so much destruction in my deck already. I might have to destroy some destruction cards. New card comes out. Let's get Molecular Vibration out here. That triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this card. We will not destroy that. I can discard it, though. Put this ongoing card out, and then it's just 1, 2 power we can use to buy flight. So there is that. Jericho. That's not a card we want, but actually we can destroy the one we have because we already had the Crisis that destroys heroes. One, two, three, four, 5. Alright, Cybernetic Enhancement goes 1, 2, 3, 4 power. 5, triggering Tactile Kinesis. Look at this, we'll leave it there. We're going to use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. Draw a card, I may destroy one in my hand. That destroys this vulnerability. 6, 7, 8 power. We're going to use that to get Jericho and Cloak of Raven. Quiver of Arrows comes out. How are we going to... Come on, Sinestro. We need to get rid of this. Go ahead, we'll start with Energy Absorption. Drawing a card. We can destroy one in my hand, but I think we're good. Energy Absorption, though, does trigger Tactile Kinesis. Looking at this card, we'll leave it there. 2, we're going to say Superpower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put 2 Superpowers from my discard pile into my hand. Yeah, there we go. We're going to put Molecular Vibration down. I did forget about Green Lantern's ability, so we were actually at 10. We can draw a card. We may destroy one of my can, but we will not. Then we'll use John Constantine. Look at these 2 cards. I can draw one, leave the other on top. Perfect. 11, 12, 13, 14. That is enough to beat Sinestro, because he costs 3 more, right? Yes. So he costs 13. I have 1 left over. I'll leave Quiver of Arrows there. We don't really need it. We are doing okay. Do we have a defense? We never have a defense. All right. New Crisis card is Kryptonite Meteor. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. As usual, I'm going for 4. Vic Stone's going to be necessary. Okay. Superpower cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. That means Molecular Vibration is no longer ongoing, so remember that. To beat, each player must destroy a superpower in hand. And our new villain is Lex Luthor. This attack cannot be avoided. Each player gains X weaknesses where X is equal to the highest VP among cards in his hand. Stars equal 3, so that is 3 weaknesses, which is honestly kind of welcome because we have the Rot here, and we've got a lot of destruction cards that are kind of being wasted. This will allow us to give them something to do. So we have to get rid of Grant Wilson before we go any further. Well, 1 power from Molecular Vibration. Oh, Tactile Kinesis as well, so that's 2 power. We can look at the top card of our deck, and we may discard it. And because we spent those 3 cards, that is 3 more power. So that's actually 5 power total so far. We'll play... I haven't done Quiver of Arrows yet. Hold on. We will leave that there. So, we're at 5 power. 6, 7, 8. Bunker to look at these 3 cards. They all go into my hand. You know, weaknesses don't have a type, so they actually get discarded, I think. Yeah, so again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Goodbye to Grant Wilson, bringing us down to 6. We're going to destroy Flight here to end Kryptonite Meteor. So that's that. So again, that was 6 power we had left. 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can discard this to get to 11, ending Lex Luthor right there. So that was another really quick turnaround. Keep that up. Still really want that Vic Stone card if possible. We have a defense card. It finally happened. Had to happen eventually, right? Let's see what we got. Our new crisis. Rise of the Rot. Fantastic. We just got a bunch of weaknesses. At the start of your turn, gain a weakness, unless you reveal one from your hand. Each player must discard a weakness card. Also remove this crisis if the weakness stack runs out. Our new villain. Parallax. We will defend against. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, put an ongoing card from my discard pile into my hand. I think I have one, and that is going to be... Yeah, we'll get Tactile Kinesis back in play, because that's been real... You know what, we've got a bunch of other destruction. We'll go Molecular Vibration. Sorry about that. So, have to have a card come out. And then, because of Rise of the Rot, we do gain a weakness. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's put Molecular Vibration down. Then, let's play Animal Man. We'll say it's a hero. Superpower, okay. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power. Definitely get Vic Stone, because that's an unstoppable force. And we'll go on to the next turn until we get a weakness, right? New card comes out. All right, we reveal a weakness from our hand. That is good. So each player must discard a weakness card to remove this crisis. So we discard said weakness, and that end. I keep hitting that wrong button, don't I? That's the end of Rise of the Rot. Draw a card. I may discard it. I may destroy a card. Will not destroy anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Magician's Corset has a home. We will go on to this next turn. Lots of weaknesses floating around. You know what? We keep forgetting about Green Lantern's ability too. I always do. Draw a card. Then we're going to use Connor Kent to put 2 superpowers from my discard pile into my hand. I guess one of them could be Flight. Kick. Tactile Kinesis. What do we want? Energy Absorption. I think Energy Absorption might be the... maybe not. We'll go Energy Absorption and Tactile Kinesis. So Tactile Kinesis is back on the board. I'm going to take a chance here. You know what? No, we're not. We're good. First off, yes, John Constantine can reveal the top 2 cards of his deck and draw one of them. Just one. We're at 3 power now because of Green Lantern. He got there all by himself. So we can draw Bow Staff and leave Defense Bracers there. We're at 3, 4, 5. We're going to play Weakness to trigger the Rot. We can draw a card, and then we'll use Magic on said Weakness. So there's that. That's 3, 4, 5, right? Yep. Then we can draw a card. And we will destroy Jericho right here in my hand. 6, 7, 8, 9 power. We are just shy of what we wanted, but we'll get another Animal Man. Still have 5 more. Let's get power of the red, because we haven't had a lot of great hands lately, and that can help us get there. Go ahead and get 1 power and draw a card. Then draw a card for each ongoing card we control. That is 3. That's 1 power, 4 power, and that triggers Green Lantern for 7 power. That 7 we'll use to say goodbye to Mammoth, leaving us with 2 power. 3, 4, let's say it's a hero. It is, okay. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that triggers Tactile Kinesis to look at this. I will leave it there. 8, 9, 10. This weakness triggers the Rot. Play it, look at this card, leave it there. 11 power total. Is just shy of what we need, isn't it? Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But we bought him for 5, bringing us down to 11, which is shy. We'll use Molecular Vibration to draw a card. Reveal these 3 cards. That's right. Come on. We'll take this one. Put Bumblebee down. Play this for 12, 13, 14 power. That's the end of Parallax. And we will go high. Now we'll leave Quiver of Arrows for after Collapsing Parallel Worlds. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's another villain down pretty quickly. What do I want to do? I guess we are probably a third to halfway through it now. Another really quick game. I had a really quick game, I think it was Monday night as well. Teen Titans just has some really strong cards in it, and Crisis 1 as well. Crisis 1, they hadn't quite tuned in the difficulty, I think, so it's a really fun Crisis. There's a lot of really unique ones. I think Rise of the Rot's really cool. Final Countdown's one of my favorite, as well as Collapsing Parallel Worlds. But there's definitely some easy ways. Like, we've had quite a few of these Crises that we beat right away, just because in solo mode it's easy to have one of each type of card at any given time. Especially when you have a card like Green Lantern, which doesn't cater to one card type. Just need different names. So we got a defense card, which is great. In fact, it's a really good one for certain scenarios, like... oh, what's it called? Dimension Shift. So if this next one's Dimension Shift, we are in good hands. It is! Alright, put the top 3 cards of the main deck into the lineup. We're going to go for 4. 3 for the Crisis, 1 for our turn. Okay. At all cards in the lineup cost 2 more to buy. So Psycho Pirate costs 7, which could really put some bad feelings on my plan here. All cards in the lineup cost 2 more to buy. Each player reveals the top to beat. Each player needs to reveal the top card of his deck. If any player reveals a card of cost exactly 2, remove the Crisis. So another villain is Joker. We're going to defend ourselves with Flight. So you may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, you may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. So this allows us to put Flight on top of our deck, which is a card of cost 2. But we can't beat Dimension Shift till there are no villains. So it's not going to happen right away. So we'll start with Bunker, revealing these 3 cards. We'll discard this. Use Vic Stone here to draw 3 cards. We'll use this weakness triggering the Rot. We'll use Magician's Corset to draw a card. Alright, we'll get 3 power from this. We can draw a card and destroy this weakness here in my hand. We are at, again, 4 power, and triggering Green Lantern to get to 6 power. 7, 8, 9. Goodbye to Psycho Pirate, leaving us with 2 power. 3, 4, nothing here. 5, 6, and +1 for each superpower we control. 7, 8, 9. So 9, we're going to get Signature Trenchcoat for 4. Actually, that's 6, isn't it? Maybe not yet. Maybe we'll do Jaime Reyes first. So that's 3 left over. We could have get Quiver of Arrows, but I think we're going to leave it. So since that is the end of our turn, not quite the end, it's just about the end, I'm going to try and beat Dimension Shift since there are no villains. If this costs 2, we're good. It costs 3, so the turn keeps going. Dimension Shift remains. New card comes out. What can we do? First off, we're going to put Molecular Vibration down, which triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this card. We're going to leave it there. It costs 2. There's no villains, so we're going to reveal the top card of our deck. It costs 2. That beats Dimension Shift. I hit the wrong button again. That is the end of Dimension Shift. We're going to play this weakness to draw a card. Use this to look at the top card of our deck. We'll leave it there. We will use, well, let's see where we get. 1, 2, 3, 4 power. We're going to use that to get Signature Trenchcoat and just go on to our next turn. Okay, so that's all right turn there. Got to put a card out, don't we? House of Mystery, that's a great card. So, let's go. Let's start with John Constantine. Revealing these 2 cards. We may destroy one. We'll take... Yeah, we'll take Power of the Red and leave Animal Man there. Or you know what? No. We'll take Animal Man, leave Power of the Red there. Then we'll play Animal Man and say it's a superpower, because we know that. So that's 2. Energy Absorption to draw a card. May destroy one in my hand, but I'm not going to destroy anything. We're at 2, 3, 4, 5 power, which is great. 6, 7. Let's say superpower again. No. But we will discard 2 cards to draw 2 cards. Get to draw 1 more card. We're at 7 power. We're drawing a single card. 8 power, draw another card. Man, reveal the top 3 cards of our deck. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Goodbye to the Joker, leaving us with 10. With our 10, we'll definitely get House of Mystery for 4, leaving us with 6. We'll get Colony Suit. No, we already had the one that for that. We'll get T-Wing. You might need an expensive card later on. Yeah, that might be better served in the lineup in case Final Countdown comes. What to do? What to do? We'll go Flight Wings, which is actually the card of the day today. And we'll get Colony Suit as well. So we'll get both of those. Very well. Get our next hand ready. Find out what our new crisis is. We do have Jaime Reyes, so I'm glad we bought him when we did. Okay, our new crisis is Legion of Doom. Put the top 3 cards of the main deck in the lineup. As usual, it'll be 4. Hero cards lose all text and have +1 power instead. Each player must destroy a hero in his hand. That is exactly what my defense card is. Can't defend now. Hades. Each player puts the top 2 cards of the main deck into the lineup. Gain weaknesses equal to the cost of one of those cards. So 2 cards in the lineup. Ooh, we'll gain 2 weaknesses. Okay, so that's not great. We can't, all our heroes are just 1 power, so Bumblebee's at 1 power for us. There's a lot of villains out here, unfortunately. And we need to destroy a hero in hand, so not great. We're going to play this weakness, triggering the Rot to draw a card. Look at the top card of our deck. We will leave that there. That will be 4 power, triggering Green Lantern to get to 7. Get rid of both of these, leaving us with 2 power. Let's use Molecular my Vibration to draw a card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't want to get rid of either of these, so I'm not going to. We'll get a copy of T-Wing and go forward from there, I think. Ooh, there's another copy of Jaime Reyes? Of course. Of course there is. So, we are going to destroy Jericho right here from my hand, because that's exactly what we have him for. And yeah, that is the end of Legion of Doom. Another crisis down. First up, we play Magic, triggering the Rot to draw a card. Then Connor Kent puts 2 superpowers from our discard pile into our hand. I'm thinking Molecular Vibration. And maybe another Energy Absorption. Anything else to get some power? Guess not yet, huh? Okay. Okay. Then we're going to play Magic on that weakness, getting rid of it. That triggers Tactile Kinesis to look at this card. We will not discard, destroy it, but we are at no power so far. Let's get a card from the destroyed pile. We haven't had access to any villains yet, so this is usually the time I go for that. Something like Zookeeper, great to have out as a permanent defense. Mammoth is a defense all of his own. Don't really need flights anymore. Grant Wilson, though, is a great card. Not just a good card, but a great card. Thinking Grant Wilson is the way to go. Grant Wilson or Zookeeper. Do I want the defense or the power? We're going to go with Zookeeper because I haven't been able to have defenses when I need them. We'll get Grant Wilson next time. We are now at 3 power because of Green Lantern. This can hit the board. Draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. Draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. 4, 5, 6 power. Use that to get another copy of Jaime Reyes and just move on. Hades won't be long. We've got a large deck here, but we've got a lot of destruction cards. I'm trying to decide how I want to deal with that, though, because there are some things we're going to need for crisis cards. There just are, but, you know, the lineup's kind of full, which is great if we get something like Final Countdown or possibly a, oh, what's the other one? Collapse in Parallel Worlds. Those two things need a lot of cards in the lineup to make them work better. So, or make them go away faster, so hopefully we can do that. I just don't want to fill the lineup with a bunch of junk, or fill my deck with a bunch of junk, I should say. Let's get Bumblebee on the board here. Magician's Corset, 1 power, drawing a card. We'll get House of Mystery out there. 2, 3, triggering Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. We'll leave it there. So we're at 3 power. I can look at there. Still know what that is. 4 power is all we get. That's enough to get rid of Shimmer. It's not a big job, but someone had to do it. New card coming out. Okay. What to do? We'll go with Connor Kent to get 2 superpowers from our discard pile into our hand. That triggers House of Mystery to draw a card. Then I'm going to play this weakness to... you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to play Energy Absorption to draw a card. Oh, and then I can destroy one in my hand, which I will. We'll play... that triggers Tactile Kinesis, though, to look at this card, and we will, in fact, destroy that one. That worked out really well. So, we're at a total of 0 power so far. So far. One, and now we're at 2, 3, 4 power. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 power. 16. I'm not going to discard anything. You know, I'll discard Bumblebee to get to 17, 18. This weakness won't do anything for us, but 18 will beat Hades. We'll have 6 left over. With the 6, we'll get another copy of Animal Man. If I'm going to add something to my deck, I'd like it to be something I already have, just to increase the odds that it comes up. We have 2 defense cards, including Jaime Reyes and Magic Bracers. We do have 2 cards like T-Wing and Dick Grayson, which are 2 things that are kind of expendable to me. Dick Grayson mostly because he's just expensive for the +2 power he gets. Great for something like Final Countdown, though, which is right here. Okay. I'm glad we have the lineup set up in the way we do, because that's a lot of stuff to add to Final Countdown. At the start of your turn, add a card from, with cost 1 or greater from your hand to the lineup. Your team must destroy cards with cost 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So let's get this all figured out. There are no 7s right now, but we do have a 6, few 5s. Just going to double those up. Ooh, another 6. Another 5. Another 5. Couple 1s. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. We've got 6 and 5. And then the new villain, Captain Cold, who we will defend against with Jaime Reyes. You may put this card from your hand into play to avoid the attack. If you do, play it during your next turn. So he's there. That's 2 power. We have to add a card, though. We're going to add Energy Bracers, or Magic Bracers, because that's a 2-cost card, and we need 3, 4, and 5, 3 and 4 only now. So that's 2. Draw a card. We may destroy one in our hands. I'm going to destroy Dick Grayson. I don't think we're going to need it. So that's 2. 3, 4, triggering House of Mystery to draw a card. Draw a card for each ongoing card. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still at 2 power, but with Green Lantern, that gets us actually to 5 power. Get this ongoing defense out here. Reveal 3 cards. Oh, wow, they are all that. Okay. Every single one of them. We'll play it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to use Magic on Flight. I think we're good there. And we're not going to get anything from this. But with that 11 power, we could buy some stuff. What do we need? I guess if we're going to get one of these, I'll get this guy out of here. No, we don't need him. I don't need him. We'll take Lasso of Lightning. You know, it's only 1 power. I don't really want any of these cards. So we're just going to stop there. New card has to come out. It's a cost 4, so we just need a cost 2 and 7. I don't have a cost 2 or 7 here in my hand. We'll add this cost 3 out there. Animal Man, we'll say it's a hero. It's not. And then Animal Man, we'll say it's an equipment, and it is. Then we get a card from the destroyed pile. I want this Grant Wilson card. So that is 2, 4, nothing from here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Definitely going to get a copy of Demonic Summoning for that. Still have 6 left over, so Bow Staff is ours. We'll get a kick. We'll get a kick. Don't really need kicks, it's just something to feed to magic or something like that. Something in order to destroy, but get some more use out of it along the way. So new card gets added to the lineup. It is a cost 5 Grant Wilson, so you have to get rid of that. Still need a 7 out there, though, and a 3. Have I seen any 7s? I mean, I've seen villains that are 7. I'm going to look through my discard pile. Do I have a 7? Got 6. Oh, we've got Vic Stone, which might be my only option. I think we might have to add Vic Stone against our will and honestly better judgment. So when Vic Stone comes up, he's got to go out. Unless something comes from the lineup, from the main deck, we've got to get rid of him. That's unfortunate because he's a really strong card, but I think there's really a limit on how many 6, 7 cost cards there are. Some of them are villains, so they can't even use them. And we've already seen the 2 7 cost villains, so yeah, it's time. Didn't even get to use them that much, which is the worst part. Oh, of course, he's right here. Right on top. Thanks, Vic. Alright, so there's 7, 6, 5, 4. We need a 3 out there. Did we add a card yet? Yes, we have Grant Wilson. Bumblebee's in play. 2, we'll say it's a hero, which it is. Reveal the next 2 cards. We'll take Bow Staff, leave this here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goodbye to Grant Wilson. We have 3 power now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did forget the draw card for House of Mystery. 10. It's not really anything I want. I want Vic Stone back, but it's not really an option. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully we'll get Daughter of Trigon or something soon. New card comes out. The cost 5 Mammoth. We need to add a cost 3 card to the lineup to end this. And get rid of Mammoth. So let's get there. Let's use Energy Absorption to draw a card. And we may destroy one in our hand. Nothing I really want to destroy here. I guess I don't really need Flight anymore. So yeah, Flight can go away. Then we'll draw a card. I can destroy another card in my hand. I'm good. I can put cards I buy or gain this turn on top of my deck, so that's cool. 2. Use this to discard this and draw a new card. 2 power. 3, 4, 5 gets rid of Mammoth, and we can also gain a card from the destroyed pile. I'm thinking Grant Wilson. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. Yeah, Grant Wilson is ours. Okay. So with him gone, that is a destruction of a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2, ending this crisis. That is unfortunate. We lost a lot of good cards in there, but the final countdown is over at least. That one can really beat you up sometimes. So let's add a card to the lineup. Please don't be. I'm really nervous that that 7 cost Daughter of Trigon is going to pop up now. Good news is it's still a good card. So it's not like I'd be out of luck, but would be unfortunate. Let's use Quiver of Arrows to look at this card. We'll leave it there. Magician's Corset to draw a card. That triggers House of Mystery to draw another card. Okay. This kick gets us to 3 power, triggers Tactile Kinesis to look at this card. We will leave it there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to use this to draw another card because of the rot. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 power. Goodbye to Captain Cold. Still have 10 left over. We'll get Detonator for that. And we'll move on to the next turn. Please, I just need a defense card here. We got Jaime Reyes, that's great. So we're getting somewhere. Alright. Our new crisis is Collapsing Parallel Worlds. Had to happen eventually. Each player places all cards he buys or gains from the lineup under this card, including villains. Remove this crisis when there are 10 cards under this card. When one player destroys his deck, and discard pile. The cards under this card become his new deck. Alright, and the new villain is Brainiac. We will defend with Jaime Reyes to avoid that attack. So, gotta get rid of Collapsing Parallel Worlds now, which is 10 cards contributed, basically. That's 1 power. Oh, that's 2 power, I'm sorry. 3, 4, we'll say Hero. It is. Reveal the next 3 cards. We need to shuffle for that. So, we are at 2, 4. That's 3 different cards. That's 5, 6, 7. All right. 3 cards revealed here, 1 of each type. We'll discard Amy Reyes. Reveal 2 cards. We'll put Colony Suit into my hand and leave Bow Staff. But that triggers House of Mystery to draw another card. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll say Superpower. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 power. We're going to get both of these. So that's 10, 16, 21, 22 power. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards given the collapsing parallel worlds. And we need a hand like that. Okay, we need to start destroying some slacker cards in our deck now. We're going to go a little destruction heavy, I think. Alright, first off, well, we're not going to use Signature Trenchcoat, I don't think. If we do, it'll be for power. So 2 power triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. We will not destroy that. We will use Molecular Vibration to discard... I'm sorry, power the red to discard those and draw 2 cards. We'll put Detonator down. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 power. Goodbye to Mad Mod, which will get added up here. I guess we'll add Birdering for no reason. It'll get destroyed later on. Power of the Red. Okay. First off, draw a card. I may destroy one in my hand. We'll destroy Quiver of Arrows here. We already got one up there, so that's good. Let's go with... That was a superpower too, so that triggers Tactile Kinesis. Look at this. We will not destroy that. So that's 2, 3 with Bumblebee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, that triggers House of Mystery, that first Grant Wilson. So draw a card. I may destroy a card. We will destroy this weakness. 20 will buy this Power of the Red. What's that put us at? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's at 8. Okay. I don't want to lose all of the cybernetic enhancements. So what I would really like is to keep... I don't want that either. I would really like to keep the cybernetic enhancements, or at the very least keep Signature Trenchcoat in order to get them back from the destroyed pile. We are going to keep going destruction heavy because it's working. We're going to start with Magician's Corset to draw a card. That's at 1 power. That triggers House of Mystery to draw a second card. It's 4 power. Now we can draw a card and destroy one in my hand that I wish. We'll destroy T-Wing here. You know what? No, we'll just destroy Connor Kent here. Yeah. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Use magic on that, though, to get to 10, 11. 12, 13, we'll say equipment. Oh, it is. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24 power. Definitely buy Psycho Pirate. What are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 power there. So whatever we add next, that's it. And everything else in here we can get back via a Signature Trenchcoat, which is ideal. All right, let's see what we can do to get some card draw going. Energy Absorption to draw a card. Ah, Signature Trenchcoat. I may destroy a card in my hand. I'm not going to destroy any of these. That does trigger Tactile Kinesis, though, so we can look at this. We will not discard it. How do I want to handle this? I think I do want to discard Molecular Vibration to draw a card. That card will be Cybernetic Enhancement. Right? Oh, wait, no, I don't. Hold on. No, that's not how we want to handle it. We want to handle that with first going 2 power here. Then Grant Wilson, 3, 4. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for the heroes. And that also triggers House of Mystery to draw a card. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 power. With that 16 power, we're going to go ahead and buy Garfield Logan. Because I think that's all we can do, right? Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when that happens, player destroys his deck and his discard pile, and those cards become his new deck. So these cards are all destroyed, unfortunately. We're going to try and get them back, though. So these 10 cards will go over here. They're not great cards, but the ones in our hand are pretty good, and they include Signature Trenchcoat. So with that, we'll get a lot of the really good cards back. So that's 10 minus that 6, that's 4. You can get a card from the destroyed pile of cost 5 or less. Probably a Cybernetic Enhancement, maybe. Magician's Corset's really good. Bunker's really good. I mean, these are all really good cards. We're going to go with Cybernetic Enhancement, though, because that's just a power machine. All right, then that's 2. I forgot where we were power-wise. I have to go back for that. So that is... We bought Garfield Logan. We are at now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We bought Garfield Logan, who costs 5, so that's 11. Shuffle it up again, of course. Oh yeah, we beat this, so that can go. 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That beats Brainiac. We have 9 left over. We'll just stop there. I guess we will buy 1 kick. Might want to use magic on it or something. Alright, we have no defense cards here. In fact, we have a pretty terrible hand. But our new crisis is World Domination. At the start of your turn, resolve the current supervillain's first appearance attack against you. If it doesn't have one, discard a random card instead. Each player must destroy the top card of his deck. Remove this crisis only if each of those cards has cost 1 or greater. The good news is we got what we really need over here. So, Deathstroke. Each player destroys a hero, superpower, and equipment in his hand. Will defend with Zookeeper. New card will come out, and we will destroy a top card of our deck. It's a Lasso of Lightning, which ends World Domination. Just like that. And then we'll go Quiver of Arrows to look at this. We'll leave that there. Ongoing. Once during each of your turns, choose a card type. The next card you play has that card type. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can discard cards, but I don't have that. That does trigger Tactile Kinesis to look at this. We'll leave that there. We'll get Signature Trenchcoat. We'll use Signature Trenchcoat to get all the really good cards back. And we should be back in business very shortly. Killer Frost there. That's not really a huge threat. So my goals right now are get back some of the really strong cards we lost. Let's look through the cards I lost real quick, just to remember. But we're going to get back Bunker, Magician's Corset, Grant Wilson, an Animal Man, Magic, Energy Absorption, Bow Staff. I mean, I want all of these cards back. I don't really need Power of the Red. We have one. Colonisu I could live without. Kick we could live without. And this I could live without. So with all that, those are the cards we want back. And we're going to work on that through our 2 copies of Signature Trenchcoat. Alright, first up. Captain Adam, you may gain a card of cost 4 or less from the lineup, so that's goodbye to this. And we get to draw a card because of House of Mystery. Then, 2 power, which we'll use magic on to get to 4 power. That triggers this to get to 5, 6, 7 power. Look at these 2 cards. We'll draw Zookeeper, leave this behind, put this down for a defense. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 beats Deathstroke. He's out. And we go on to the next one. Now the good news is we got Zookeeper out to defend against this next card here. We are good to go. Alright, no defense here, but we do have Zookeeper. So, the new Crisis and our final villain. Oh, nothing to defend against then. Never mind. At the start of your turn, resolve all villain attacks in the lineup against you. If there are no attacks, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. To beat, each player must discard 3 non-starter cards with different card types. That's going to be pretty easy. Crisis Anti-Monitor. Whenever a hero is added to the lineup, each player puts a weakness from the stack on top of the deck. Crisis Anti-Monitor costs 1 more to defeat for each card in the lineup. Alright, and then when we're playing solo, 2 cards get added each turn. So 1 card comes out for the turn, 1 for Crisis Anti-Monitor, and there's no villain attacks in the lineup, so that's another card added to the lineup. It's kind of bad to have that all at once. Let's start with... I want to get rid of Hive Agent. Let's just discard Bumblebee to get 1 power. In doing so, that ends Hive Agent. And now to beat this, I have to discard 3 non-starter cards. That's 1, 2, 3 non-starter cards here. We'll change that to this one instead. That's 3 non-starter cards. That ends Atlantis Attacks, which is our final Crisis before beating Crisis Anti-Monitor. So, Energy Absorption says draw a card, and then I can destroy one. We're going to destroy Birdarang here. So we will get 2 power total, I think. That triggers Tactile Kinesis, so we can look at this. We will not destroy that, though. And we'll move on to the next turn, which may be the last. We're really close. New card comes out. Second card for Crisis Anti-Monitor. It is a hero, so a weakness goes on top of our deck. Signature Trenchcoat. It's going to get a card from the destroyed pile. Let's get a copy of... I think Magic. Right? No, we'll do Magician's Corset. So that's 0 power there. We'll play Cybernetic Enhancement to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 power. Alright, we could obviously really beat him. But I'm concerned about the weakness we just gained. I think what I'm going to do... Oh, you know what? We'll go back. This 20 card will say, once during each of your turns, choose a card type. The next card you play or discard this turn also has that card type this turn. So he's a superpower, which triggers Tactile Kinesis to look at this card, and we will destroy it with our 20. That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is enough to beat Crisis Anti-Monitor, and we did it. Even though that we lost a lot of cards to Collapsing Parallel Worlds, we got quite a few back through the use of Signature Trenchcoat as usual, and we came back pretty quickly with a rather small deck here, I'll say. It's not huge. A lot of really powerful cards here, a lot of destruction for such a small deck too. That's a lot of fun. I really like this matchup. Teen Titans doesn't really get its chance to shine too much because it's played of Crisis 4 most of the time, where most of your cards get, discarded or destroyed via personal crisis cards. So you don't really get to see them in Crisis mode in their default setting. When you get to use them in other Crisis, though, it's a lot more fun, I think. So that is Crisis 1 plus Teen Titans. We got a third attempt coming up. That's our third attempt for Season 7, Round 4 of the Solo Crisis League. So, like I said earlier, Solo Crisis League is just a competitive way of playing the DC Comics deck building game and its Crisis expansions. Competitive's kind of a stretch. I mean, there's rankings and stuff, but really most of us are just playing for fun, and the rankings are just kind of a side effect. It's a good time. I really like running it. That's a cool experiment, but playing in it is even more fun, and I think you'd like it too. So check out the link below if you're curious. If you enjoy the videos, if you enjoy the leagues already, or whatever it is that brought you here tonight, there's a few different ways you can support that. You can keep watching or keep playing. That's always appreciated every single time, and I hope you continue to do so. You can check out the Etsy store. There, you'll be able to find things like our league mat, or a sticker, a pin, all sorts of fun stuff there. All from the league, and all only in one place. That's my Etsy store in the link below. Oh, of course you're not going to focus. Come on. Now it's going to focus down there perfectly, of course. Anyway. Check out the Etsy store if that's something you're interested in. And finally, there's the Patreon, which actually includes some of these things as rewards. And the Patreon gets you things like these physical rewards. It gets you mid-round results in the leagues. It gets you special members-only round between seasons. And it gets you special members-only videos that are either exclusively to the Patreon or locked behind the Patreon for a month until released live on YouTube. That's all I've really got for the night. I really do appreciate every one of you, and I hope you have a good night.